Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my Best of Beauty 2017. I cannot believe that it is already the end of the year. I hope everyone had a good New Year and a good Christmas. I know I'm a little behind on this video because I accidentally filmed my December favorites and then I realized that it was the end of the month, which meant the Best of Beauty. So just scratch that video because we're going to be talking about my favorites throughout the whole year. Also, I just filmed this look using the Morphe 39A. So that video will be up after this one. So once it is up, I will leave the link down below so that it's easy to find. But definitely go check it out if you want to see how I got this look and what my thoughts on that palette were. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, just go ahead and hit that button down below so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And let's just go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so I have a bunch in front of me. I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as possible so that it's not an extremely long video. But I'm going to go in order on how I kind of do my face. So with that being said, we are going to start with primers. And I have two, technically kind of three. I didn't know what category to put one of these in, so I'm putting in a primer. So my first favorite is, of course, as always, you guys hear me talk about it all the time. It is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And I truly cannot get enough of this stuff. When I discovered it this year, there was no going back. I pair this with every primer I use and I can never go without it. I just feel like it makes my skin so hydrated and gives some moisture back into it because you guys know I have a very oily T-zone, but I have dry everywhere else. So this is perfect to not make my face greasy, but give me the hydration that I really want. Now, my second favorite was a more recent discovery, and I discovered it this month, but I can't get enough of it now, so I had to include it in this video. And it is the Catrice Prime and Fine Pore Refining Anti-Shine Base. And like I said, I have a very oily T-zone, so I don't want any kind of shine coming throughout the day. When I put a foundation on, I want it to be matte and I want it to stay, and this does exactly that. It helps my skin so much, just keep it looking nice and matte throughout the whole day. Alright, so this is a product that I didn't know what category I put it in, so I figured it would fit in primer because I kind of just use it for everything. And it is the MAC Fix Plus. I know I am so late on this because this has been out for years. Every time I've watched YouTube videos, someone is using this and I've just never bought it. And when I was at Ulta, I saw the little travel size and I was like, you know, it's perfect time to try it out now because it's a little tiny one. I can try it, see how I like it before I buy the big bottle, and oh my goodness. I'm disappointed in myself that I did not pick this up earlier because I love this stuff now. I love spraying it on before foundation, after foundation, halfway through the day to give my foundation a refresher. I love this for eyeshadows. I feel like this product should be in everyone's collection, to be honest. Alright, so moving on to foundation, the first thing I wanted to talk about was this L'Oreal sponge, and I finally got a new one, but since I just filmed the video, it's all dirty again. But I absolutely love this sponge, and I am so happy that L'Oreal came out with this year because I think this is the best one that I've discovered. I have tried so many and none of them compare to this. I feel like it absorbs the right amount of foundation to not make you look cakey, but it doesn't take too much foundation away to where you're not getting the coverage that you want. It goes into this nice point which makes it really easy to get into that inner corner and up in here and everything. And I just absolutely love this sponge, and it's not too rough. Some sponges can be a little rough and get really stiff. This has the perfect amount of bounce and it is extremely soft to be able to just glide across your skin. Alright, so my first foundation favorite is the Sonia Kashuk Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation, and I love this stuff so much. Not only is the packaging absolutely gorgeous, it's just, it looks flawless on the skin. It's exactly what it says. It is a satin matte foundation. It's, I want to say medium to full coverage. It's not completely full because I have to build it up on my cheeks, but it is medium to full, which is still good with me. and it's so smooth on your skin. It lasts throughout the whole day. It looks nice, and I have gotten so many compliments when wearing this foundation. Alright, so my next foundation favorite you all know about because I use it all the time. I talk about it all the time. It is one of my all-time favorites and will continue to be, and it is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. And I seriously cannot get enough of this. It is formulated to have no flashback, which is awesome, and that's what you want when you're taking pictures. You don't want to have a very ghost face, because I've been there, I've done that, and the pictures do not look good. So that is why I love this foundation, and not only is it great all in all, but you can't beat the price. I think it's like $5 for such an amazing foundation. Alright, so my last foundation favorite, don't mind how dirty the bottle is, but it is of course the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. Like I said, don't look at that. I don't know what happened, to be honest, but yeah. I absolutely love this foundation because it gives my skin that healthy glow that I want without making my T-zone look too oily. Alright, so I have one concealer favorite for this year, and I'm sure you guys can guess it. It is, of course, the Tarte Shape Tape. I love this stuff so much, and I cannot get away from it. I love having a full coverage concealer. And that's exactly what this is, because I have very dark circles, I have very dark inner corners, and I have red cheeks. So I bring my concealer down, which is what you guys see. I make a little triangle, and this helps cover up everything so much. So even if I don't have a full coverage foundation, this kind of helps back it up a little bit because it is a full coverage concealer. So I always use Fair Beige in the inner corner right here because that is where I tend to get a lot of darkness, and then I use Light Sand for the rest of my face. Anytime someone asks me what kind of concealer to get, I always recommend this. They have such a good color selection for so many skin tones. I think it works for all skin types. It's just, this is the best concealer ever. Alright, so for powder, I discovered the Airspun Loose Face Powder this year, and I feel like I can never go back. I was using more of the pure white powders, and I regretted it when I did see pictures come back. It was not good. But it has a tint to it, so that is very good because you don't want a pure white powder. This stuff sets my foundation perfectly and helps keep it locked in throughout the whole day. Alright, so my next favorite was another item that I was jumping late on the bandwagon for, and it is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I actually got this for Christmas this year, and I fell in love, and I've already used so much of it, and it's very, very dirty. But I love using this banana shade and this lighter shade right here. I think it is perfect for setting my under eyes, setting that concealer and everything, and then also setting down my nose. I feel like it gives brightness back into your face, which I absolutely love. And then of course, this contour shade right here is my absolute favorite. I think it works great with my skin tone. I feel like all the shades in here blend out so nicely and are so creamy. And I'm so happy that I finally got this, and it is now in my life. Alright, so my next favorite is kind of a mix in between an eyeshadow palette and a contour palette, and it is the Tarte Clay Play palette, and you guys see me use this all the time. This has become one of my favorites. Anytime I'm going somewhere or traveling, I always pack this. The reason why is because I feel like it has all your perfect neutral shades, and you can't go wrong with any of these. So anytime I don't know what kind of makeup look I want to do, but I have to go somewhere, I always pack this because I feel like I could always do a nice look with it. I can go more neutral, I can go more smoky, and then of course I have my contour shades down here as well, which work out because it's a 2-in-1 palette. So I love contouring with this shade right here. I think it looks great on my skin tone. And of course, everything blends so perfectly in this palette, and I can't get enough of it. So my favorite eyeshadow palette for this year is one that you guys see me talk about all the time and use all the time and always reaching for. And it is, of course, the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. Mine is very, very dirty. I try to keep up with cleaning it, but I no longer clean it and it gets dirty again. But this palette is absolutely amazing. She did absolutely amazing. Morphe did absolutely amazing. and I can't get enough of this palette. I think everything in this palette is beautiful. It gives you such a nice selection of colors. You have so many choices and creativity when it comes to this palette, and they did such a good job. They are so creamy, they blend so well, and I will continue to use this palette over and over and over again. Alright, so moving on to bronzers, I have two favorites. And the first one, you guys see me use it all the time here because it is one of my favorites and I just can't bring myself to set it down and keep trying new ones because I love it that much. And it is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I am like way past pan on it, but luckily I just bought another one. But this bronzer is amazing. It blends so nice on the skin. It looks good on the skin. It smells good. I just love everything about this bronzer. And then my next favorite is of course a classic that everyone typically has in their collection, and it is the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I feel like you can't go wrong with this bronzer. This is just one of those ones when you don't know what to get. This is always the one to go to. It looks good on the skin. It blends nice. It's very creamy. I love this bronzer. So moving on to blush. One of my favorites this year was the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush, and this is in the shade Party. And whenever I don't know what blush to use, I always reach for this one because it looks amazing on my skin tone, and it's just a nice neutral pink that I feel like just goes with everything. And Tarte's blushes are amazing and they blend so nice and they always look good on the skin. My next favorite was a recent discovery for me, and I was a little late on them, but I am so happy that I finally got my hands on one. And it is the Wet n Wild blushes, and mine is in Mellow Wine. And I feel like their blushes honestly compare to a high-end blush. I think they are perfect. They don't have as many color shades. I think they only have maybe like 4 or 5, I think. But all in all, these are great blushes. If you don't have them, I recommend getting them because they are great for the price that you're paying. I think they're only like $3 or $4, so you get amazing blushes without having to break the bank and spend like $20, $30 on a blush. So another blush favorite of mine is the L'Oreal Infallible Paints palette, and this is in shade 230. And the shades in here are absolutely gorgeous. I think this is perfect for beginners as well because it gives you 4 amazing shades that blend so nice. I think it is great to travel with. It is very small and compact, and all in all, if you're looking to have multiple blushes in one place, I think this is a great item to get. Alright, so I have 2 highlighter favorites, and the first one is the Wet n Wild highlighting powder, and mine is in Precious Petals, and it is a very nice champagne color. I absolutely love these, especially for the price that you are getting them for. You cannot beat them. It doesn't emphasize any texture. It looks great on the skin, and I highly recommend these highlighters. And then my next favorite is, of course, you guys know this because it is one of my absolute favorites, and it is the Smashbox and Holmes Spotlight Palette in Pearl. And I hit pan in it, and it makes me so sad. Well, I cannot believe that that just happened on camera, but it is all fixed now. But back to what I was saying, definitely one of my favorite palettes. You can tell that I've hit pan on this one. Obviously this one broke, but it's fixed now. It's okay. But I absolutely love this palette. I think it looks amazing on my skin tone. It doesn't emphasize any texture, and I can't say enough good things about this palette. I grab it all the time. Alright, I have one eyebrow favorite, and it is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist, and you guys know that I was so iffy about this at the beginning because it was the angled pencils. That's what it looks like. And I was so iffy about it to begin with because I was used to my Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is the tinier pencil. And I tried this and I wasn't about it. but I kept working on it and I kept trying it, and then I fell in love with it one day. I think it makes my brows look fantastic without making them too thick and too big or making them look too dark too quickly. I think this is just an all in all perfect eyebrow pencil, and especially that it's coming from the drugstore. Alright, I have two eyeliner favorites, and the first one is this Wet n Wild megaliner, and it is one of the felt tip liquid liners. I absolutely love this. I think it is extremely easy to apply. It dries down matte. I do my eyeliner so quickly with this, and I think this is great for beginners that are wanting something to try. I used to always use the little Maybelline Eye Studio pods. I still use it, but I have definitely resorted to this, and I fell in love with this. I think it's only like $3, so it's great on the price. It looks great. I absolutely love this. And then my second favorite is this Essence Extreme Lasting Waterproof Eye Pencil. And I had mentioned this in one of my favorites, and I was so happy that I found this, and the fact that it came from the drugstore was even better. But I had a problem with eyeliner pencils staying on my waterline all day without rubbing off. And this one definitely does that. It stays so long. I think it says it's up to 16 hours that it stays on. I agree with that. It lasts all day long. I don't have to like dig at my waterline to get it to stay on. And I think all in all, this is a great black eyeliner pencil if you are looking for one. Alright, so my all in all favorite mascara for this year was the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise, and I can't say enough good things about this. I think it is a great dupe for the Better Than Sex one, so if you're not wanting to spend the money on that, I highly recommend getting this one. I think it does a great job just expanding your eyelashes and making them look very thick and full. L'Oreal did an amazing job on this year. Alright, so last up we have lip products, and I didn't have as many as I thought, but I do have quite a bit. So starting off, I want to talk about the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lip, and I have mine in shade, I know it's on here somewhere. Of course it's on the top where I don't look. I have mine in shade 354 Nudist, and I think these are amazing. They aren't too sticky. They last so long. It does have a little bit of a scent to it, but it doesn't bother me, but just keep that in mind if you are iffy about scents. But all in all, I think this is a great liquid lip. My next two favorite liquid lips from this year are the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuits, and I have mine in Video Vixen and Rebel Rose. I am always reaching for these because they last on my lips so long through eating and drinking. No matter what, they stay on. I highly recommend these, and especially for the price that you're getting them for. Wet n Wild has done amazing this year with their products. I think they knocked it out of the ballpark when it comes to drugstore products. So if you're looking for a really good liquid lip, I recommend these. Alright, last but not least, for lip glosses, I have two favorites. And the first one is the Infallible Paints, and I have mine in shade 312 Nude Star. And I think this is a great gloss. It's not too sticky, and just look at how pigmented that is. That is a gloss, and it is that pigmented. And if a gloss isn't extremely sticky without my hair getting caught in it all day and is that pigmented, it's a winner. Same with the Maybelline Color Jolt, and I have mine in 05 Stripped Down. Same exact thing with it. It is extremely pigmented, and it's not too overly sticky where my hair is going to get caught in it, and that's what I want in a lip gloss, because I hate those really sticky ones. They're a mess, and these two are amazing. They look great by themselves or even paired with something. Alright, you guys, so that is it for my best of beauty for 2017. Got through that, I hope, rather quickly. 2017 had some amazing products in it, and I can't wait to see what 2018 has to come, especially with me being new here on YouTube. I can't wait to try out more products with you guys and sit down and talk about them. So, as always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!